Hi, everybody. It's Grace. I am in my Los Angeles Westin hotel room, and so that's where I'm making my Eating Peace video this week. And I've just been thinking so much about resolutions and the customary thing that people consider at this time of year around the change in the date. So today it's January 2nd, happens to be the day that I'm making this video. And some people say, have thoughts, even if you don't write out lists, even if you don't say, I resolve to, work on this particular aspect of myself this year, or change this something or other this year, or not have a whole nother year where I'm doing the same repeated thing over and over again, or whatever it is. Even if you don't have specific detailed things that you are resolving to do, there can be a sense of newness and rebirth. There's a change of the calendar. There's a number digit that's different. But it makes us kind of orient to, wow, I get a fresh start, starting over again. And you know what's true? You get to do that every single day. When it comes to food and eating, or compulsion, or reaching for something, or grabbing, or whatever way you've been with food, starving yourself, panicking, wanting to over-exercise because you ate too much, or even if you've gone as far as I always did, which is full-blown binges, followed by purging in some particular way, or starving, just, it looked like insanity was going on. Even if you've experienced that kind of extreme behavior with food and eating, you can stop today. Like, you can get a sense of just what peace can be, what freedom can be, what silence could be, just only in this one moment today. So even if you feel horrible about what you've been doing so far, or what you did yesterday, or even earlier today, remember, it only takes 24 hours to feel completely different about the process of even what happens after a binge. Your body begins to sort of heal. You relax and calm down. If you're the type of person that is just binges and binges and binges, and you were totally stuffed and full, 24 hours later, your body's going to have processed a lot of the food. Even if you aren't somebody who purges dramatically or does intense exercise, if you have binged and purged, if you've overeaten, if you've eaten the wrong thing, if you drank too much, if you smoked when you said you didn't want to, only 24 hours later, you will feel a lot better. One day. One day is all it takes. That's an amazing thing to know. And the best way to experience that only one day to freedom, just think of that as only one day to freedom, is just to hold still. Just hold still. You can hear all the noise out in the hallway maybe, right here. And I'm still holding still right here with you, even though there's noise. It's the same way, even though there was food calling to you over here in the background, some kind of overeating or wanting to graze eat or whatever it is, kind of escape through some sort of compulsive behavior, you can do it right now. Just kind of hold still. Feel like there's a thing that is able to hold still on the inside of you. Now, right now, I'm super excited and peaceful and joyful about questioning my thoughts. And if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I'm always excited about that. But I've been at the mental cleanse with Byron Katie, and it's over now. But all day we're listening to people look at their most stressful, painful beliefs and ask, is it true? This thing that I'm thinking, is that really actually true? How do I react when I'm believing that thought? Like, I have to eat some food right now. I just have to. I can't hold still. Is that true? How do you react when you think the thought, I can't hold still? I just got to fill this space with something. Otherwise, what? What? Otherwise, you might feel something strong. You might start to cry. You might realize how scared you are of some situation, or how worried you are about something that's coming up. So just wonder about that fourth question. Who would you be without your belief? Who would you be without your mind telling you that that's what the story is, that that's what's true, that you really do need more food right now, or You should pay and be sorry for all that you've done with your compulsive behavior so far up into the past, or that something's wrong with you. Who would you be if you couldn't even believe that thought? If it couldn't come into your mind? If you didn't think it? Who would you be? What would that be like? Just sit and wonder. Feel it. Feel it as you go about your day, about your life, and about your business. Who would you be without the thought that you have a problem with food? Who would you be if you didn't believe that? You're not the only horrible, terrible person who has ever had trouble with food and eating in the world. We'll feel so isolated and like I'm the sickest person I've ever known. I've done the most disgusting things with compulsive eating and behavior and addictive process and anything, other stuff besides just food and eating. We'll think, oh my God, if anyone ever knew that, I'd be so ashamed. But it's part of the human condition, and you are not alone. There's so many of us that have had this kind of behavior, this kind of thought process. And by sharing and being vulnerable, I hope that at least what I say and what I share with you can help you have a moment of that stillness. And all it takes is just a little moment. When you start linking those together, like, sewing a little bead set together, pretty soon you're going to have a long enough chain for a bracelet, then you'll have a long enough chain for a necklace, and they'll get longer and longer and longer. Just little moments of stillness. Just watch for it. Notice. Who would you be if you couldn't believe something's wrong with you? You have to eat something. You can't stand this empty moment unless you fill it up with food. All right, take care. Write me and let me know how it goes. The turnarounds are, there is something right with you. You do not need to eat something compulsively. You just need to eat something naturally to give yourself energy. You do not need to fill this empty space up with anything. You can hold still. It's your natural state on the inside of everyone. You weren't born without it. You're able to be calm and hold still.